Welcome to video 3 of a 3-part series. This one is a little bit different. This one will show contradictory evidence against Jose, Chille, DeCastro. These clips will show instances where Chille says one thing, but does another. What you need to understand is I make $0 on my videos. I make my videos to correct fallacies people like Chille make in the law and to provide legal education by correcting these fallacies. I don't dispense legal advice. I will tell you what cases say. I usually will provide you with links, so you can do your own homework and research it for yourself. I personally think Chille is a dangerous individual. What he teaches people is incorrect most of the time. If people follow Chille's lead, there is a strong likelihood that people will be hurt or killed. Chille is a grifter, and not someone to emulate or hero worship. If you want proof that Chille is a grifter, cut off your donations and funding of him for 2 weeks. When the money dries up, so will Chille's dedication to this cause. You will see him move on to the next grift as quickly as he moved from TikTok to YouTube. Once again, this video is going to contain a lot of my animated avatar, just talking. It's boring to look at, but I implore you to at least listen. The voice might be artificial, but every word is chosen with great thought. It's all about getting the information conveyed to you, by the best means within my abilities and limitations. With all that said, let's get straight to the video.
Oh, is this guy harassing me? Let me see if this guy's harassing me. Is that guy harassing me? Let me make something very clear. I will sue your fucking ass for harassment. Let me make it very clear. I will sue you. If you follow me around, I will fucking sue you. Let me make it clear. You're watching my video, follow me around, I'll sue your ass. This is the guy right here. I will sue you. Do you understand that? You're following me around. That's harassment. I'm going to tell you now, cease and desist. If you continue, you will end up in a court of law. I'm just driving around. No, go fuck yourself, bitch. I'm afraid for my life. I will defend myself. Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about your car. Don't, fuck you. I will fucking sue you. Don't you ever follow me around. Don't you ever follow me around. If you follow me again, I will defend myself. If I see you behind me, I will defend myself. Don't, listen, I will defend myself and I'll pop your fucking head off your shoulders if you assault me. Do you understand that? You are assaulting me. Don't harass me, dude. You harass me, you'll end up in court. Let's find out tomorrow. Let's find out tomorrow. I'll sue you tomorrow. I'm going to drive around here some more. You follow me, I'll sue you. Okay.
If you've watched video 1 of this 3-part series, you would have seen my discussions about the mere threat of filing lawsuits. Chille, the so-called legal scholar, once again confuses criminal offenses and civil torts. Criminally speaking, if the person in the car follows Chille with the intent to harass, annoy or alarm that person, then they might have violated Section 2917.11 of the Ohio Revised Code for Disorderly Conduct. Title 29 is the Crimes and Procedures section of the Code. Chapter 2917 deals with offenses against the public peace. Herein lies the problem. Chille absolutely has the right to complain to the police about the harassment. He can show this video as part of his evidence. However, the law states that no person shall recklessly cause inconvenience, annoyance, or alarm to another by doing any of the following: engaging in fighting, in threatening harm to persons or property, or in violent or turbulent behavior, or making unreasonable noise or an offensively coarse utterance, gesture, or display or communicating unwarranted and grossly abusive language to any person, or insulting, taunting, or challenging another, under circumstances in which that conduct is likely to provoke a violent response. Chille's videos also captures him being the one who invited the fight. His video only captures the other car traveling on the same public road as Chille. You can hear a lot of the other driver's words. It was Chille who rolled down his window and began the verbal attack. Given Chille's recent past with the Ironton police, who are they more likely to believe? Who will they likely find to be the primary aggressor? It is the police who charge people. If the police don't feel that the other person's conduct rises to the level of a violation of the code, they will not charge. However, they might decide to charge Chille. That's the criminal side. Now Chille is again threatening to sue. I'm assuming he means civilly. We all know Chille is a beta. The kind of guy who goes limp when it's time to, let's just call it, perform. So, he doesn't have any follow-through. He won't sue, and even if he does sue, Chille clearly lacks the legal knowledge to do much more than file complaints. He would not understand what to file, following a motion to dismiss. He would not understand what he needs to provide, under the rules of discovery. His lack of legal acumen would likely result in a default judgment against him. A default judgment arises in circumstances whereby one party to a suit has failed to perform a court-ordered action, and subsequently that failure has prevented the issue from being presented before the court. It results in the court settling the legal dispute in favor of the compliant party. In this case, that would not be Chille. The court could award costs be paid back to the defense for the costs incurred by the defense. So Chille's goal to tie people up in court and waste their money could result in a complete backfire in his face. Again, I'm only saying that this is what could happen. I'm not saying that's what will happen. It's just my personal opinion that I reached after looking at the rules of civil procedure. I invite you to read those rules and come to your own conclusions. I'm not giving legal advice. I'm just giving you a place to start doing your own homework. The federal rules of civil procedure can easily be found online. Begin by reading Titles 2 through 8. Any pro se litigant should familiarize themselves with these rules before undertaking such a huge endeavor as filing a civil lawsuit. Either that, or retain a competent and qualified lawyer. Now that we've had a full discussion about the federal rules, let's get back to Chille. I think what we are seeing in Chille's unhinged behavior is being brought on by his narcissistic personality disorder. A symptom of this disorder is hyper-paranoid delusions. Chille knows that it's only a minority of the Ironton community that support his efforts. He also knows that a majority of those citizens are convicted felons who have no right to vote. As convicted felons, they tend not to be the citizens who will be willing to come out, en masse, to help him, as was clearly evident by his future tow yard debacle. As a result, Chille feels alone in a community that is hostile towards him, and thus, he sees boogeymen around every corner.
I'm documenting it, and then what I'll do is I'll just file a lawsuit against him. I'll sue him tomorrow. Like, you don't understand. I love going to court. It's my favorite thing to do.
From what I've seen on the Masshole Report channel, who has Jose DeCastro's criminal record, this is not exactly true. Apparently, Chille was charged in another state, but fled the jurisdiction before he could be tried on those charges. He remained away from that jurisdiction for 7 years, until the statute of limitations had expired and the charges were quashed. So, obviously Chille doesn't really like to go to court.
So, if that guy follows me around and harasses me, I'll file a lawsuit against him. He's welcome to defend the lawsuit, but it'll go down in court. And then if he continues to follow me, I'll get a protective order. Matter of fact, I'll file a restraining order against him now.
Yeah, that's a ticket. You bet it is.
You have to sometimes just laugh at Chille. When I watch his behavior, at times like these, I flash back to my early teenage years. Watching a friend who is butthurt over being embarrassed in front of a girl he likes. Chille is acting like a bratty teenager.
So, and you have to use remember, you have a right. Let me explain this to you guys clearly. You have a right to use every legal remedy at your disposal under the 14th Amendment that gives you equal protection under the law.
Now Chille, you sad man. Have you ever read the 14th Amendment beyond its title? The 14th Amendment granted citizenship and equal civil and legal rights to African Americans who had been emancipated following the Civil War. It prohibits the states specifically from depriving any person, regardless of race, of life, liberty, or property, without due process of law, and from denying anyone within that state's jurisdiction equal protection under the law. Silly Chille. The 14th Amendment applies to the states. UFN so-called constitutional scholars should know that. It keeps the former Confederate states from discriminating against African Americans by depriving them of life, liberty, or property, without due process of law. The very reason that there are things that you like to rant about, like post-Reconstruction era black codes, Jim Crow laws, and the U.S. Supreme Court's separate but equal ruling in Plessy v. Ferguson, is because of the 14th Amendment and states' attempts to limit civil rights. It has nothing to do with Chille being butthurt over a passing driver's taunts. If you really even understood your history, the way you like to claim to do, then you wouldn't get on camera and try to educate people with clearly incorrect information.
Someone like that can't stalk and harass you. That's not legal. It's against the law. And so what I'll do is I'll file a restraining order against him first, and then after that, that gives me a right to defend myself with violence.
If you will allow me, I'd like to digress for a moment. For about 10 years, I was a volunteer bar exam grader. I would grade between 75 and 100 bar exams, twice per year. I tend to undertake watching Chille's videos, as though it was a bar exam question. I find it to be mentally stimulating. Whenever you answer a bar exam question, you usually use either the IRAC or crack methods. That means you look at the I, or issue, the R, or rule, the A, or the analysis, and the C, or the conclusion. The crack method is just the C, R, A, and then the C again. In this section of Chille Willie's video, I am asking myself, would Chille be justified to claim self-defense? That is the issue. The rule. To successfully claim self-defense, Chille would have to prove 4 elements, with some limited exceptions. First, Chille would have to prove that he was confronted with an unprovoked attack. Second, that the threat of injury or death was imminent. Third, that the degree of force used in self-defense was objectively reasonable under the circumstances. And fourth, that he had an objectively reasonable fear that he was going to be injured or killed unless he used self-defense. Simply put, the Model Penal Code defines self-defense in Section 3.01 subsection 1 as justifiable when the actor believes that such force is immediately necessary for the purpose of protecting himself against the use of unlawful force by such other person. The conclusion. Unless Chille is physically assaulted, or in fear of imminent attack, he cannot be the primary aggressor. Further, if he responds with violence to what he objectively believes is an imminent attack, he can only use an amount of force necessary to stop the attack.
That's a fact. You can't put someone in fear for their life, and then if I see him outside of his car, I'll get to throw him on the ground. And then I'll have to go to court, and that's fine, but I filed a restraining order against him for the harassment he was doing.
Here again you can see how incredibly limited Chille's knowledge of the law actually is. Now that I have explained the law to you, in a rather boring lecture, you have an understanding of how it works. What Chille is describing sounds a lot like something he saw in a television episode. It is far from reality, and has no relation to the law at all. If the other man is only standing outside of his car, even if he is hurling insults at Chille, Chille cannot throw him to the ground. Let's even assume the other man dares Chille to come over and fight him. If Chille does walk over, it is entirely possible that the other man might be the one in fear of imminent attack, and have the claim of self-defense. We know that a lot of the citizens of Ironton have watched Chille's videos. They've heard Chille brag about his physical prowess, and his alleged cage fighting skills. If Chille were to approach the other man, just standing outside of his car, that man might feel a physical attack is imminent, based on Chille's live stream threats. Can you see where I'm going with this?
And it's just that simple. I can beat the fucking shit out of him. And just so you know, I like fighting. I enjoy it.
Really, Chille? Then let me ask you, why you would say this just a little later. What do you say we take a look at that footage, shall we?
Because I'm a super tough guy, so like real tough. And automatically when you face me, if you look at me and you realize this guy's super tough. But the thing is I'm for law and order. Mm-hmm. I'm not for beating people in the street. I'm not for hitting somebody.
Me as well.
Clearly, Jose, you can't keep all your lies straight. You always say whatever you feel is appropriate at the moment, not realizing that you are just talking out of both sides of your mouth.
Do me a favor, moderators, don't do anything. Let me do it. I'm just going to block all these people. I'm going to block them all from my profile. They don't get to participate anymore. You see, that's what they want. They want to participate.
Here is the thing. Yes, we debunkers have the right to free speech. And we have the right to use that speech to make videos critical of Chille. But I agree with Chille on this one point. We don't have the right to troll his chat. We can try to talk to him in chat, and correct him on his misstatements, but he can block us. But that being said, most of us have encountered his followers in our live streams. Rarely are they blocked. What Chille is demonstrating is that he only wants to hear from people who are willing to agree with him. He loves the echo chamber, that is his live chat. I honestly believe He doesn't want his followers to know when he is being called out. If his followers were to see that Chille doesn't really know what he's talking about, he might not get his super chats, super stickers, and other forms of donations. Chille knows he would lose followers if it were proven that he was wrong. Information is power, and Chille wants to control the flow of information.
And so you don't let them participate because they're not here to offer anything good. They're here to harass and just be assholes. So you just block them.
Chille spends a lot of his time on his live streams, basically just talking out loud. These are things that should be an inner monologue, but Chille uses his time online as some kind of a therapy session, where he talks out his inner thoughts. It's kind of creepy. I'm skipping all of that mess.
There you go, bro. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go, buddy. There you go, buddy. There you go. There you go.
Is it just me, or did that sound kind of sexual?
Guys, my whole life is an open book. Everything I've ever done is an open book. My name is Jose DeCastro. I was born September 11th, 1974. You got me. That's who I am.
Well then, there you have it. It's on video that his name is Jose DeCastro. That he was born on September the 11th, 1974. He has doxed himself. But more importantly, it confirms that the certified court records that Masshole Report has obtained are in fact him. Let's take a look at some of those.
When I was a little girl, I believed in fairy tales. I wished my toys would come to life and that my stories could be real. Then through all the noise and confusion, I believed it was all an illusion. The world had faded black and white, nothing seemed to be right. But now I know that how it goes is that my dreams never die. As long as I keep the magic inside me alive. Do you believe in magic? Do you believe in magic? As simple as a wave, special moments made when you believe in magic.
Chille has confirmed his name and date of birth. Both of those identifiers are present on these court documents. The documents have been certified as true, and exact copies of those contained in the court's files. These documents are about Chille. If you watched, you saw convictions, probation violations, and at least one restraining order. Chille claims he has no criminal record. Chille has been caught in another lie.
I just want to I want to see that guy one more time so I can file a restraining order against him. Because I have on video him stalking me and pulling up to me, and he stalked me now. This will be the third time, which means I can file a restraining order against him. And then if he continues, I can kill him in self-defense if I have to. Because if he shows his face around me, then I have to believe he has ill intentions. And I carry a gun.
I would like everyone to take note that Chille admits to carrying a gun. There are other videos in my possession that shows him carrying a gun. If that restraining order that you just witnessed scrolling by has been issued over a domestic violence accusation or conviction, then Chille has been caught on video committing a felony offense. So much for him being all for law and order. Because Chille lives his life on video, it reminds me of the old adage, "He who lives by the sword, dies by the sword." I think this is a good point to stop this video. There has been a lot of information given, and I want you to take it all in. There is enough here to show that Jose is a total liar, a grifter, and a likely domestic abuser. He is not a good role model. No one should follow his advice. He is dangerous, and if people follow his advice, there is a chance that they could be hurt or killed. That's all for now. I'm FN signing off. Thanks for watching.